Before we get into this video, before we get
We'll
into
do a
everything,
fingerful.
I
Yeah.
wanted to talk about something that infuriated me yesterday.
Oh, yeah.
And frankly, I think this should be illegal to tweet about. I think it should be criminal.
Yeah.
Do you guys know Buzzfeed? Are they still relevant?
Oh, they know Buzzfeed.
They know Buzzfeed, right? So this was trending on Twitter yesterday.
Oh, God.
And it infuriated. It made me so mad.
Here we go. This is another one of Steven's attempts to get us canceled. Before it's even started to get us canceled. This is great. Actually, we go back and forth on these. We both come up with these. But this story, I was like terrified. I read this story.
Check this
I'm like,
out.
I'm scared.
This made me so mad. Influencers used to be able to stay out of politics. In 2020, their silence makes them appear laughably out of touch.
No.
What do you think of that, Amish? Because I'll tell
Already
you,
know.
when I saw this, I've seen this so many times before.
Yeah.
It's every single election. Everyone comes out of the woodwork, left and right. But no more I've noticed on it on the left lately, but I've seen it on the right too. They go, hey, your silence makes you complicit. If you don't vote, if you don't do this, if you don't do that, if you're politically apathetic, you are part of the problem. And this lady's whole article is about the era of influencers being apolitical online is over. You can't do it. You just can't do it.
Announcement? What are these announcements that they make? Like,
yeah,
they're
I
just
love that
making,
this lady's like so confident. Like, hey, just so you know, just so you influencers know, you can't be apolitical anymore. It's over.
She's in such a small bubble. Like that's very much a left wing. Not left wing. I'd say both sides on the extreme. There's a small bubble. They're only talking to each other. So in their minds, they're like, this is the whole world. The whole world is thinking what we think. No, everyone else. This is laughably out of touch, is what she's saying actually.
Yeah.
Like Glenn Greenwald, we talked about last week, just did an hour-long defense of Joe Rogan, being like, you guys are being idiots. It's literally the opposite opinion of this. Like she seems like the kind of person who would say he's apolitical, or like Joe Rogan, for example, didn't say enough to fight against whoever.
Right.
So he should be canceled.
And that's the whole thing. And that's the whole thing is like, it's illegal to stay silent on politics. And what was concerning to me was the number of people who jumped in and they were like, you know, the clap emoji? Oh my God. Yeah. That's too much. Canceled in 2020. Hey, they're like, so much this, sister. Stephanie McNeil is the person who did this, BuzzFeed reporter. Given everything that happened this year in our country, and given that this election is the most important of our lifetime, I feel that being silent is no longer an option. Okay. Listen.
Oh my God.
Everybody feels that every election is the most important of their lifetime. It happens every time. But what does feel different is it feels like there's so many people agreeing with this lady that
this feels very much like Hillary. This feels like very much like 2016 stuff.
Well, that's what I wanted to bring up. We have precedent for this.
Yeah, and it didn't work that time. So why?
No, it didn't work that time, and so it doesn't work this time. Have you seen this Casey Neistat video? Casey Neistat back in the day tried to pull this, and it makes me so bad. And
so
what these things actually do, what they're actually about, is trying to shame people into doing it. And this is what pisses me off. It's not that she wrote an article. I don't care about that. It's this shame aspect. So I don't know if you guys remember Casey McNeistat. Good vlogger, but terrible.
Hustles, man. Puts up a video every day. He's tight.
Isn't it kind of? It's not pathetic. It's just so like, you're like, oh, when people have to include, they just start pushing down the politics lane, and that's what I hate about this lady's article. I was like, if anything, politics should be out of entertainment, not put in it, not more of it. There's already too much in it. So this is what he said.
We have the power to ensure that this tax-avoiding, lying, racist, misogynist stays away from power and out of the White House. But it requires all of us coming together. So if your favorite YouTuber...
This is it. This is the moment.
Says things like, I don't like to talk politics on my channel, or I'm not going to reveal who I'm voting for, call them out.
No, what, Casey?
What's your opinion? Give me the opinion. That's what he's telling people to do.
Yeah, he's saying force their opinion. If they don't say anything, say you have to say it.
Finds this time around.
Listen to this. This is the argument.
Voting for.
Watch.
Call them out. Sitting on the sidelines this time around is not okay. This election is different.
They say that every year. That was 4 years ago.
And if this guy gets elected, and you stood back with your arms folded and didn't speak out against him, it makes you complicit. It makes you partially responsible for handing him the reins of power.
No, come on. No,
it doesn't,
don't put
though.
on me. I did it.
Hey, it really doesn't, though. Hey guys, it doesn't though.
No,
And they're
when
saying
these
they're trying the
politicians
same
lose-
garbage this time. Amish, this is what I was telling you about.
Yeah.
Here's the thing that these people don't understand.
Tell me.
There's only so many things you can care about, and not caring about all of them doesn't make you complicit. This is what I'm saying. If all of us had infinite time, infinite resources, then maybe you could say, yeah, if you don't care about every single thing, you're complicit in all of them. But what I was telling you in the pre-show was like, hey, for example, cancer, horrible tragedy. I'm not out there marching every day. That's not my thing. That's not what I have time to care. That's not what I'm focusing on right now.
It's not possible.
Am I
You're in a
complicit?
small
Am I
bubble.
complicit in the people?
Yeah.
Casey Neistat would say yes. If you don't speak out every day for cancer, Alzheimer's, every tragedy out there, you're complicit in all of them.
You killed them.
Shut up.
You're causing cancer.
Lock
Why do you
these people
cause
up.
cancer? Your silence makes cancer, Steven. Your silence is cancer.
Your silence
that's
is violence. What a stupid idea.
Dude, the silence is violence is so, come on. People just don't know their politics sometimes. Like, give them a minute to figure out the issue, to read up on it, to know what they want to say. That's all a lot of people are doing. And these guys are like, you don't know what you're talking. It's like they're gonna get in trouble for not having the facts exactly perfect, but then they're also gonna get in trouble for like, why didn't you come out with a statement right away? You're an entertainer. We don't need your stupid statement.
That's the funny thing. That's the funny thing. Speak immediately, and if you're wrong, oh my gosh.
Yeah,
Hey.
well, can't say if you're wrong. And so all these celebrities getting together, they're like, "Hey, COVID," like they're doing this like these songs or whatever. Shut up! I don't want it. He's saying like, you cannot be silent anymore. That's that attitude of like, let's go make a difference, guys.
Yeah,
make a YouTube video. Shut up. There's people working on it.
It drives me absolutely crazy. Yeah, that's exactly my point. Hey, there's people who spend their whole lives in this. Not all of us need to spend our entire lives on every single problem. It's impossible.
Yeah, but for example, this kind of not clickbait activism.
But it's not
this
Casey
kind of
this time. I
activism
think he
through-
learned his lesson because he hasn't done it this year. But this is the
didn't do it,
new
okay.
Casey Neistat, Stephanie McNeil, BuzzFeed news reporter. Isn't it kind of funny that BuzzFeed has reporters, by the way? Like, I thought they were just clickbait. Like, that's how they were born. They're like going in, they're trying to go into real news.
All the New York Times people left, and they're at BuzzFeed now.
Really?
You get $50 for an article, and you got to say some shit that's going to be wild. I think that's like, these report writers, they're looking for their next banger article too. Not to say she's completely fake. Like I read the article. She believes in what she's saying for sure. I just think this is gonna sound so bad. It kind of reminds me of like Jordan Peterson or like Ben Shapiro and those guys, where they sound nice and reasonable, but then the opinion's actually pretty extreme. So with her, it's like good intention. She's very nice. Like Casey Neistat too. Good intention. He's like, guys, we don't want Donald Trump to win, and we don't want him to win. So he's saying we don't want him to win. The only strategy is to go and
well,
yell
hang on
at
now,
everyone.
Amish. I'm not political. You don't want him to win. I don't care who
I don't want
wins.
him to win. You don't care, but you're in Texas. You don't care at all.
I don't.
You're not going to officially state for us right now, because then we're getting canceled right now. Then we could just end the show.
What? Even if you have no
YouTube-
opinion, you're canceled too?
No, where's your silence is violence, Steven. Say who you're voting for, and say that you know the craziest thing about this too sometimes, where it's like I don't like Trump. I don't want him to win. But it's like when you talk about it, they want you to be crying or something. They want you to be like, oh God,
oh, that's true
let's
too.
fight back.
That's
Like,
true too. Well, let's read through this. So, women in a Facebook group for fans of bloggers and influencer Lauren Evarts Bostic, who goes by Skinny Confidential, hope to chat with other women about the death of an icon. Instead, former members of the once 56,000 strong person group posts about RBG were deleted. Yeah, because you're not a political subreddit or whatever is this Facebook group. After some women complained, Bostic abruptly shut down the group shortly after she posted to her 1 million followers on Instagram that she wanted to keep her group free of politics and religion in order to try to keep a positive space, but the group had become a place of negativity and women tearing down other women. Yeah, that's like common sense.
Okay, but what does she say about that? She's going to ultimately say that
people
that
online
Bostic
were
is terrible.
pissed, as were other members of the group, who soon founded new unaffiliated Facebook groups. Yeah, political groups where you share your political opinion. In a blog she shared with BuzzFeed News, Bostic denied that she shut down the group because of the political topics being discussed, although she noted that she didn't want politics in the group, but rather because it became a hateful, negative space.
This is the other thing with this article. It's
Bostic's
a lot of
attempt to keep her Facebook page free of anything she did deemed controversial may have once seemed admirable, a normal response from a lifestyle blogger trying to keep things light. Yeah, no. That's the truth. This part is true, and then the rest is garbage. But this year, politics, social justice issues, and current events are inextricable from our daily lives. No. Wrong. You made that. See, everything was on track, and then you took a hard left turn into Crazyville.
Yeah, you know what it is too, is that I think they're rich kids. Like, I think these people who get to write at these things, and I've heard some other people say this too, where like, you're rich. It's kind of like that manifestation expert I was telling you about, where they're rich. So they think like, what do you mean you don't have time? They only see other rich people. If you're working 2 jobs, dude, you don't have time.
You don't have time to be worried about politics.
You can't. You don't. My immigrant family does not know shit about like any kind of Indian politics. I tell them, or like, this could mean depression for you.
They're like, hey,
they say, hey, I gotta go to work.
Put family on the table, or family.
We're
trying to put our families on the table.
No,
we're trying to put food on the table.
Trying to make money. But this is very much a privileged attitude of like, well, everyone should have time to get involved. No, you do.
Also, maybe you're getting involved with other stuff. That's what never occurs to these people. This absolutely drove me nuts. And I had to talk about it on the show because I was like, this is making me so mad. And the first comment underneath this, for those arguing that it's people's rights to stay apolitical, remember that nothing is apolitical. By refusing to stand up for what is right and protect the vulnerable, we give those who would take advantage power. Again, no, shut up. Hey, you're fired. You're fired from Twitter. You should never be allowed back on.
No, come on. You can't cancel him from Twitter for that.
I'm joking.
No, that's look. You know. Even with Casey Neistat, though, it does seem like they're getting emotional and they're just getting wild. But like, what is the outcome of this? That like we're gonna go through everyone's comedy, because even the article, it's a lot of conjecture. It's a lot of like, this is what. At one point, she even says, "I did a very unscientific study about it," and then she does her outcome of the unscientific study. She's like, I did a very unscientific study of it, and then I realized that I was right in everything I said. Like, her article is just full of her opinion,
right? And
then just finding the bits and pieces that support her opinion. So this is the kind of thing where if you start to look at someone as like, I don't know if this guy's politics are correct, then you're going to read their work and be like, clearly this is a dog whistle, and this is another reference to this, and this man is a racist white supremacist, whatever. You know, like, you can't. You're not going to be able to go through it all like that.
Dude, people are saying I'm canceled in the chat. Coffeezilla is canceled.